Man, a lot of y'all are gonna be confused because this ain't a financial channel whatsoever. I have just had it like up to here, yo. I've had it up to here. Let me tell you, getting a fucking house in this year is just a pain in the ass. It sucks ass. And I'm not even talking buying anymore. I'm just talking renting. Like, for example, I live next to 4 different rental properties, and I haven't been able to get a bid in on any of them. It's not really a bid, it's more so first come, first serve, you know? If you can get your name on the paper, you get that rental property, man. But let me fucking tell you, for someone who literally lives next to these properties, it is a struggle and a damn half. You know, I remember back in the day, I remember back in the 2000s, you know? Forgive me, I'm talking about the olden times that really aren't that old. It's just the last part of humanity I can remember making sense. But it's like, I remember back in the 2000s, you know, you just walked up to the rental office saying, hey, here's this property, can I get a shot at it? And you know, you were considered for it, no problems. But you know, and I don't have a problem with everything being privatized. I don't have a problem, obviously, with individual people owning different rental properties. But with the fact that each rental property here in my town has slowly been divided up amongst individuals owning them and not necessarily large groups, let me just quickly line up to use how much of a pain in the ass it has been to try to just get a house to rent. Forgive me, we are outside, but right now we're currently on my house. But that property right next to me right here, this lovely old big brick you see with the yard and all that, yeah, that's one of the rental properties. And hold on. Going to the side, the other house next to my driveway, this is my driveway connected to my house, but this house right here, this is also for fucking rent, okay? This house also goes for fucking rent. I haven't been able to get a hold of anybody for that. This house right now is currently occupied, but it is another rental house. You can't even find the people who actually own it and properly rent it out. And then hold on. Can I zoom in quick? There you go. Yeah, and you see that White House all the way down there? Another rental property. You can't get a hold of anybody. And then if you look down this street, all 3 of those fucking houses that you see lined down there, all rental properties. Mind you, they're currently occupied, but those are all rental properties. Oh yeah, hold on. It gets even better too. It gets a lot better too. Hold on. Let's quickly switch over. Because even the houses behind mine are, ignore that shed. That's just a shed you see behind my car. But you see like those 2 houses? There's a 3rd house covered up by the trees. But yeah, all those rental properties too. My house is the only house that is actually owned on this block. We are the only ones who actually own shit on this block. So yeah, now you're probably wondering, why did I just show you all that? Well, it's because, again, I haven't been able to get into contact with fucking anybody over these houses. Because I've been trying to, you know, because I'm 23, almost. God forbid I get my own place to crash at by now, even though I can barely afford it. But it's like, yeah, I'm 23, I'm just trying to find a place to live. I'm not even worried about leaving the house. Like, as I just showed y'all, I can be right next to my parents' house. I won't give a shit. You know, at this point for me, it's more about I need a space to get work done without interruption, as opposed to just needing a place to live and crash at. Hell, I've even gone as far as just trying to find a garage close to here I can rent out or something. Like, just having my own space to get work done in general, not for YouTube. I don't have shit on this channel that I need my own dedicated space for. But you know, if we're talking my own personal life shit, and me just wanting to be able to do my own pursuits and shit like that, yeah, it would be nice to have a building I could actually do that in. And yes, I have showed you guys like 6 rental properties next to me. I literally live next to these places, and yet, for the past year and a half, whatever, mind you, a lot of the houses are currently occupied right now, but the 3 specific ones I showed y'all, it's like, I can't even get into contact for anybody for these. And I live right next to these places. I asked the neighbors who currently occupy them, hey, when is your rent up? I want to get in contact with this guy. Because obviously they don't care, they're leaving. I get my number passed off, and then nothing happens. I literally live next to these properties, and I can't even get, like, contact with anybody. You know, I don't know. Maybe these guys are just looking for people who actually plan on living on these premises and all that shit, and not just somebody who's looking for a building to do dumb projects in all day. I don't know what it is. But yeah, I just want to quickly vent my frustration with being able to get a property in the year 2023. Because when you are officially at the point where you live next to these properties, you interact with the people who temporarily occupy these properties all the time. You keep saying, yeah, you'll get your number passed off, I'll get you in contact, and it never does. It makes you wonder if there's a little bit of a vendetta here, bruh. I doubt there's a vendetta. I doubt there's like some specific group of people being like, hey, let's prevent this one guy from getting a property. You know, I don't think that's what it is. But it's just like, been going through this for a while, man. Been going through this for a while. Like, I would argue for the past 5 years I've been going through this process. Yeah, I've been going through this process since basically 2018, just trying to get a rental property or something. I can barely afford it, again, but it's like, when you literally live next to these places and you can't even get your foot in the damn door, sends off some red flags. So you know what, let's be a little friendly today. If anyone else has any stories about how they're struggling to get a house right now, despite being in the most direct line of fire for getting it, please leave a story in the comments below. I have been Johnny Von Duke, and it is time for y'all to take a damn chill pill and go live your life. Goodbye.